Question 1. Disability insurance policy structure. Which of the following provisions is most likely to be excluded from a standard disability insurance policy due to state-specific regulations in Wisconsin? A. Coverage for an accident that occurs while the policyholder is driving for work. B. Coverage for partial disability where the policyholder can still work but at a reduced capacity. C. Coverage for mental illness and substance abuse disorders. D. Coverage for pre-existing conditions unless the condition has been stable for a specific period. Answer: C. Coverage for mental illness and substance abuse disorders. Explanation: under Wisconsin state law, many disability insurance policies often exclude coverage for mental illness and substance abuse disorders. This exclusion is common across various states, with specific limitations on claims related to these conditions. The rationale is that mental illness may not be as objectively measurable as physical disability, and thus insurers tend to impose these exclusions. Policyholders should always review their policies carefully for such exclusions. Option is generally covered depending on the specifics of the policy. A partial disability is typically included in most policies. Option B, and pre-existing condition exclusions. Option D may apply, but usually only with specific guidelines that allow for coverage if the condition has been stable for a set period. Question 2. Disability insurance benefits and claims process. Mr. Williams, a factory worker, has suffered a back injury that limits his ability to perform his regular duties. He has a disability insurance policy that covers partial disability. He is able to work but can only complete 50% of his regular tasks. What is the most likely benefit he will receive under this policy? A. Full disability benefits based on his injury. B. Partial disability benefits based on a reduced income due to his limited ability to work. C. No benefits as the injury does not completely prevent him from working. D. Full disability benefits until he returns to work at full capacity. Answer: B. Partial disability benefits based on a reduced income due to his limited ability to work. Explanation: partial disability benefits are designed to support individuals like Mr. Williams who can still perform some work but at a reduced capacity. Under Wisconsin law, partial disability is usually defined as a condition where the policyholder cannot perform their normal occupation but can still do other tasks, resulting in reduced earnings. In this case, since Mr. Williams is only able to work at 50% capacity, his disability insurance would likely provide partial benefits to cover the difference in income. Option is incorrect because full disability benefits would only be provided if the policyholder is completely unable to work. Option C is incorrect because partial disability is typically covered. Option D is incorrect because full disability benefits are not provided until the policyholder is unable to work entirely. Question 3. Scenario-based question. Disability insurance underwriting. Mrs. Thompson is applying for a disability insurance policy. She has been diagnosed with hypertension, but her condition has been well managed for the past 2 years and she is under regular treatment with her physician. When filling out her application, she discloses her condition. The underwriting department of the insurance company needs to assess her risk for potential coverage. What is the most likely outcome of this disclosure based on Wisconsin's disability insurance regulations? A. Mrs. Thompson will automatically be denied coverage due to her hypertension. B. Mrs. Thompson will likely receive coverage, but her premiums will be higher due to her hypertension. C. Mrs. Thompson will not need to disclose her hypertension as it is considered a pre-existing condition. D. Mrs. Thompson will be granted coverage without any premium adjustments because her condition is stable. Answer: B. Mrs. Thompson will likely receive coverage, but her premiums will be higher due to her hypertension. Explanation: in Wisconsin, as with many states, insurance companies may offer coverage to applicants with pre-existing conditions such as hypertension, especially if the condition is well managed and stable. However, the applicant may face higher premiums due to the perceived increased risk. Insurers typically assess risk based on the applicant's health history and may adjust premiums accordingly, especially if the condition could lead to future claims. Option is incorrect because denial would only occur if the hypertension was severe or uncontrolled. But option C is incorrect because pre-existing conditions generally need to be disclosed. And option D is also incorrect because even stable conditions like hypertension can lead to premium adjustments based on underwriting guidelines. Question 4. Disability insurance and tax implications. Which of the following is most likely to impact the taxability of disability insurance benefits under Wisconsin law? A. The amount of the disability benefit is paid out as a lump sum. B. The disability insurance premiums are paid by the employer through a group policy. C. The beneficiary of the disability insurance policy is a dependent family member. D. The disability insurance policy is purchased directly by the policyholder without employer involvement. Answer B. The disability insurance premiums are paid by the employer through a group policy. Explanation. Under Wisconsin tax laws, if an employer pays the premiums for a disability insurance policy, the benefits received are generally subject to taxation. This is because the employer's contributions are considered taxable income to the employee. If the policyholder pays the premiums with after-tax dollars, i.e., directly or through a payroll deduction for an individual policy, the benefits are usually tax-free. Option is incorrect as the lump sum or periodic payment method does not directly affect the taxability. Option C is irrelevant because the taxability depends on who paid the premiums. Option D is incorrect because if the individual pays the premiums, the benefits are usually not taxable. Question 5. Disability insurance benefits in claims process. What is the maximum waiting period typically allowed before benefits are paid under most disability insurance policies in Wisconsin? A. 90 days. B. 30 days. C. 180 days. D. 60 days. Answer A. 90 days. Explanation. In Wisconsin, the typical waiting period, also called the elimination period before disability benefits begin, is 90 days. This is the most common length for the elimination period in individual disability insurance policies. The waiting period varies depending on the policy, but 90 days is a standard period before the insurer starts paying benefits for most disability claims. Option B is typically too short for most policies. Option C is often seen in long-term disability policies, but not as the standard for short-term disability. Option D is too short for most cases, as 90 days is more common. Question 6. Disability insurance and rehabilitation services. What is the primary purpose of vocational rehabilitation services in the context of disability insurance claims in Wisconsin? A. To provide job placement for the disabled person to help them return to their previous occupation. B. To educate the disabled person on how to appeal a denied disability claim. C. To assist the disabled person in gaining new skills or finding alternate employment. D. To provide counseling services for the mental health of the disabled person. Answer. C. To assist the disabled person in gaining new skills or finding alternate employment. Explanation. Vocational rehabilitation services are designed to help individuals with disabilities adapt to their limitations and return to work in a capacity they can handle. In Wisconsin, these services typically focus on helping disabled individuals gain new skills, training, and employment opportunities, which may be necessary if they can no longer perform their previous job. Option is incorrect because vocational rehabilitation may not necessarily return someone to their previous occupation, but helps them adapt to new roles. The option B is incorrect because rehabilitation does not focus on claims appeals. The option D is important but is more related to mental health support, not the core role of vocational rehabilitation. Question 7. Disability insurance fraud prevention. Which of the following actions is most likely to be considered fraud in the disability insurance claims process in Wisconsin? A. A policyholder fails to update their address after moving to a new home. B. A policyholder exaggerates the severity of their condition to extend benefit payments. C. A policyholder takes on a secondary job to supplement their income while receiving benefits. D. A policyholder receives treatment for a condition not related to their claim. Answer. B. A policyholder exaggerates the severity of their condition to extend benefit payments. Explanation. Fraudulent behavior in the disability insurance process includes exaggerating or falsifying the severity of a disability to extend or increase benefit payments. This is illegal and can result in severe penalties under Wisconsin law. Option is not fraudulent, as failing to update an address is an administrative oversight rather than fraud. If option C is allowed unless the policy specifically prohibits earning income while receiving benefits, but this is generally not considered fraud unless it violates specific policy terms. The option D might be a violation of the terms of the policy, but it does not necessarily constitute fraud unless it's connected to a false claim. Question 8. Disability insurance underwriting. Which of the following factors would most likely increase the premium of a disability insurance policy in Wisconsin? A. The applicant has a history of heart disease but is currently in good health. B. The applicant works in a low-risk office environment with minimal physical activity. C. The applicant is a non-smoker and maintains an ideal body weight. D. The applicant is self-employed and has irregular income. Answer A. The applicant has a history of heart disease but is currently in good health. Explanation. In Wisconsin, a history of heart disease would likely lead to higher premiums for disability insurance due to the potential for future health complications that could result in disability. Insurance companies assess risk, and a pre-existing health condition like heart disease increases the likelihood of a claim being made in the future. Option B would likely result in lower premiums as office jobs are lower risk. Option C would likely result in lower premiums due to the applicant's healthy lifestyle. Option D is incorrect because self-employment does not usually affect premium pricing unless the individual's occupation is deemed high risk. Question 9. State-specific regulations and compliance. In Wisconsin, which of the following is a key responsibility of the Department of Insurance and Financial Services (DIFS) regarding disability insurance policies? A. Establishing the minimum benefit amounts for disability insurance. B. Ensuring that disability insurance policies comply with the Affordable Care Act. C. Setting the maximum age at which a policyholder can claim disability benefits. D. Guaranteeing that all disability insurance claims are paid within 30 days. Answer B. Ensuring that disability insurance policies comply with the Affordable Care Act. Explanation. The Wisconsin Department of Insurance and Financial Services (DIFS) plays a critical role in ensuring that disability insurance policies comply with federal regulations, including the Affordable Care Act (ACA). The ACA has specific requirements for insurance coverage, including the provision of disability benefits, which DIFS must enforce. Option is not true because benefit amounts are typically determined by the insurance company and the policyholder's agreement. Option C is incorrect because age limits vary by policy. Option D is incorrect because Wisconsin does not have state law requiring disability claims to be paid within 30 days. Question 10. Disability insurance for specific occupations and industries. Which of the following occupations is most likely to require specialized disability insurance due to high physical risk in Wisconsin? A. Software engineer. B. Office manager. C. Construction worker. D. Teacher. Answer C. Construction worker. Explanation. Certain occupations like construction work involve significant physical risk and thus often require specialized disability insurance. These workers face a higher risk of injury, which could lead to a disability claim. Insurers may offer specialized policies with coverage specific to the hazards of the occupation, such as injuries from falls or accidents. Option is typically low risk for disability claims. Option B generally has minimal risk for physical disability. Option D also carries some risk but not as high as construction work. Question 11. Legal and regulatory framework for disability insurance. Which of the following would most likely violate Wisconsin's consumer protection laws related to disability insurance? A. A policyholder is required to submit an annual medical exam as a condition of renewing their policy. B. A policyholder's disability claim is denied due to misunderstanding about the policy's definitions of disability. C. Policyholders' disability benefits are capped based on the policy's terms. D. Policyholder receives premium increases based on their occupation and health status. Answer B. A policyholder's disability claim is denied due to misunderstanding about the policy's definitions of disability. Explanation. Under Wisconsin law, insurance companies must provide clear, accurate, and transparent definitions in their policies. Disability insurance claim that is denied based on misunderstanding of the term disability may violate consumer protection laws, especially if the definition is vague or not clearly explained to the policyholder. Option is not violation, as medical exams may be required in some policies for renewal. Option C is not violation if it is clearly outlined in the policy. Option D is not violation if the policy terms are transparent about premiums based on occupation and health. Question 12. Disability insurance and tax implications. Which of the following scenarios would likely result in tax-free disability benefits in Wisconsin? A. The individual receives disability benefits from an employer-sponsored policy where premiums were paid with pre-tax dollars. B. The individual purchases an individual disability insurance policy and pays the premiums with pre-tax dollars. C. The individual purchases an individual disability insurance policy and pays the premiums with after-tax dollars. D. The individual receives disability benefits from a government-sponsored disability program. Answer C. The individual purchases an individual disability insurance policy and pays the premiums with after-tax dollars. Explanation: disability benefits are generally tax-free in Wisconsin if the individual pays the premiums with after-tax dollars. This means that the premiums are not deducted from taxable income and the benefits received are not taxable. Option A would result in taxable benefits because the premiums were paid with pre-tax dollars. Option B would result in taxable benefits because the premiums were paid with pre-tax dollars. Option D is correct but depends on specific government programs. Question 13. Disability insurance and policy riders. Which of the following riders in a disability insurance policy would provide coverage if the insured becomes unable to perform the essential duties of their occupation in Wisconsin? A. Own occupation rider. B. Social Security rider. C. Waiver of premium rider. D. Future increase option rider. Answer A. Own occupation rider. Explanation: an own occupation rider provides coverage if the insured is unable to perform the essential duties of their specific occupation, regardless of whether they can perform other types of work. This is particularly important for individuals in specialized fields. Option B pertains to Social Security benefits. Option C addresses premium payments while disabled, and Option D relates to increasing coverage over time. Question 14. Group disability insurance coverage. In Wisconsin, what is the typical waiting period for short-term disability insurance under a group policy? A. 7 days. B. 30 days. C. 60 days. D. 90 days. Answer B. 30 days. Explanation: for group disability insurance policies in Wisconsin, short-term disability coverage often comes with a 30-day waiting period. This means that the employees must wait 30 days after becoming disabled before they begin receiving benefits. Option is typically too short for short-term disability policies. Option C and D are more common for long-term disability policies. Question 15. Taxation of disability insurance benefits. Under Wisconsin law, which of the following statements about the taxation of disability insurance benefits is true? A. Benefits are always taxable if the premiums were paid by the employer. B. Benefits are tax-free if the premiums were paid with pre-tax dollars. C. Benefits are always taxable if the premiums were paid by the employee with after-tax dollars. D. Benefits are taxable only if they exceed the state's average disability benefit level. Answer A. Benefits are always taxable if the premiums were paid by the employer. Explanation: if the employer pays the premiums for a disability insurance policy, the benefits received are typically taxable to the employee. This is because the premiums were paid with pre-tax income. Option B is incorrect because pre-tax dollars for premiums usually result in taxable benefits. Option C is incorrect because benefits are typically tax-free if the employee pays the premiums with after-tax dollars. Option D is not applicable to Wisconsin's tax rules. Question 16. Disability insurance for self-employed individuals. What is one major challenge that self-employed individuals face when purchasing disability insurance in Wisconsin? A. Higher premiums due to their irregular income. B. Reduced coverage limits due to low risk. C. Difficulty in qualifying for group disability insurance. D. Tax exemptions on the benefits received. Answer A. High premiums due to their irregular income. Explanation: self-employed individuals in Wisconsin often face higher premiums for disability insurance because their income is more irregular and less predictable compared to employees with steady paychecks. Insurers may charge more to compensate for the higher perceived risk. Option B is incorrect because self-employed individuals usually face higher premiums, not reduced coverage. Option C is true but not the primary challenge. Option D is incorrect because the taxability of benefits depends on how premiums are paid. Question 17. Eligibility for long-term disability insurance benefits. In Wisconsin, which of the following is a common requirement for eligibility for long-term disability benefits under most policies? A. The insured must be unable to perform any occupation. B. The insured must be permanently disabled. C. The insured must experience a disability for a specified period, typically 6 months. D. The insured must be under the care of a physician for 12 months. Answer C. The insured must experience a disability for a specified period, typically 6 months. Explanation: most long-term disability insurance policies in Wisconsin require that the insured must have been disabled for a certain period, often 6 months, before benefits are paid. This is known as the elimination period. Option A describes a feature of some policies, but not necessarily a requirement for long-term benefits. Option B is too strict, as many policies provide benefits for temporary disabilities. Option D is not typically a requirement for long-term disability benefits. Question 18. Coverage for mental health disabilities. Which of the following conditions is most likely to be excluded from coverage under a disability insurance policy in Wisconsin? A. Anxiety and depression. B. Chronic back pain. C. Heart disease. D. Cancer. Answer A. Anxiety and depression. Explanation. Mental health conditions such as anxiety and depression are often subject to exclusions or limited coverage in disability insurance policies in Wisconsin. These conditions are sometimes viewed as more difficult to diagnose objectively compared to physical conditions. Option B, C, and D are physical conditions and typically have coverage unless specifically excluded by the policy. Question 19. Impact of pre-existing conditions on disability insurance. In Wisconsin, how does a pre-existing condition affect the ability to claim disability insurance benefits? A. It has no effect if the condition is disclosed on the application. B. It may result in a waiting period before benefits are payable. C. It automatically disqualifies the policyholder from coverage. D. It can lead to reduced benefit payments if the condition worsens. Answer B. It may result in a waiting period before benefits are payable. Explanation. Pre-existing conditions can affect the ability to claim disability benefits in Wisconsin. If a policyholder has a pre-existing condition, the insurer may impose a waiting period before benefits are paid, typically ranging from 6 to 12 months. Option is incorrect because not disclosing a pre-existing condition can lead to policy cancellation or claim denial. Option C is incorrect as pre-existing conditions do not automatically disqualify a person, but they may affect coverage terms. Option D is not typically true for pre-existing conditions unless the policy specifies reductions. Question 20. Definition of total disability in Wisconsin. In Wisconsin disability insurance policies, which of the following best describes total disability? A. The inability to perform any work or occupation. B. The inability to perform the duties of the insured's occupation. C. The inability to perform manual labor tasks. D. The inability to work for more than 90 days consecutively. Answer B. The inability to perform the duties of the insured's occupation. Explanation. In Wisconsin, a total disability typically refers to the insured's inability to perform the essential duties of their own occupation, not necessarily any work or occupation. This is a common definition used in many disability insurance policies. Option describes broader definition known as any occupation disability, which is less common in private disability policies. Option C is too narrow. Option D is related to the elimination period, not the definition of total disability. Question 21. Coordination of benefits with Social Security. In Wisconsin, if a policyholder is receiving both Social Security disability insurance (SCI) and private disability insurance benefits, how are the two benefits typically coordinated? A. SSDI payments are deducted from the private disability insurance benefits. B. SDI payments are added to the private disability insurance benefits. C. There is no coordination between SDI and private disability insurance benefits. D. Private disability insurance benefits are reduced by 50% if SCI benefits are received. Answer A. SSEI payments are deducted from the private disability insurance benefits. Explanation. In Wisconsin, most private disability insurance policies include a coordination of benefits clause that reduces the private benefits if the policyholder is also receiving SSDI benefits. This is to prevent the policyholder from receiving more than 100% of their pre-disability income. Option B is incorrect because SSDI does not add to the private benefits. Option C is incorrect because coordination of benefits is common. Option D is not typical unless specifically stated in the policy. Question 22. Disability insurance for business owners. What is a common disability insurance policy feature that benefits business owners in Wisconsin? A. Business overhead expense rider. B. Own occupation rider. C. Workers' compensation rider. D. Waiver of premium rider. Answer A. Business overhead expense rider. Explanation. The business overhead expense rider is a common feature for business owners, providing coverage to pay for the ongoing expenses of running the business, e.g. rent, salaries, utilities, in the event the business owner becomes disabled. This helps ensure the business continues to operate while the owner is recovering. Option B is more applicable to employees. Option C is unrelated to disability insurance. Option D typically applies to the individual, not the business. Question 23. Disability insurance claims process. Which of the following is the most critical step in the disability insurance claims process in Wisconsin? A. Submitting the application to the insurance company. B. Providing medical evidence of the disability. C. Ensuring the premiums are paid up to date. D. Waiting for the policyholder to return to work. Answer: B. Providing medical evidence of the disability. Explanation: the most critical step in the claims process is providing sufficient medical evidence to support the disability claim. This may include medical records, physician statements, and other supporting documents to prove the severity and duration of the condition. Option is important but comes after the medical evidence is gathered. Option C is necessary to maintain coverage but does not directly affect the claims process. Option D is not applicable as claims are based on disability, not on the return to work. Question 24. Disability insurance exclusions. Which of the following is most likely to be excluded from disability insurance coverage in Wisconsin? A. Disability caused by an accident. B. Disability resulting from a work-related injury. C. Disability due to substance abuse. D. Disability due to a chronic illness. Answer: C. Disability due to substance abuse. Explanation: most disability insurance policies in Wisconsin exclude coverage for disabilities resulting from substance abuse. Insurers often consider this a preventable condition and thus not eligible for coverage. Option A and B typically cover accidents and work-related injuries, respectively, while option D may still be covered depending on the specifics of the policy. Question 25. Disability insurance premium factors. Which of the following factors is typically considered when determining the premium for a disability insurance policy in Wisconsin? A. The insured's income only. B. The insured's occupation, age, and health status. C. The insured's marital status and family size. D. The insured's social media activity. Answer: B. The insured's occupation, age, and health status. Explanation: disability insurance premiums are determined based on the insured's occupation. High-risk jobs lead to higher premiums. Older individuals generally pay higher premiums, and health status, pre-existing conditions, or poor health may result in higher premiums. Option is too narrow. Option C is generally not a primary factor for premium calculation. Option D has no bearing on premiums. Question 26. Partial disability coverage. In Wisconsin, what does partial disability insurance typically cover? A. Only temporary disabilities that last less than 3 months. B. Disabilities that allow the insured to work but at reduced capacity or with limited hours. C. Disabilities that prevent the insured from working in any capacity. D. Disabilities that result in the insured being unable to perform basic household tasks. Answer: B. Disabilities that allow the insured to work but at reduced capacity or with limited hours. Explanation: partial disability coverage is designed for individuals who can still work but at a reduced capacity due to their disability. It may cover lost income due to a reduced ability to perform work tasks. Option is too narrow and typically does not apply to partial disability. Option C describes total disability. Option D is unrelated to work-related disability insurance. Question 27. Disability insurance waiting period. In Wisconsin, what is the typical waiting period, elimination period for long-term disability insurance? A. 7 to 14 days. B. 30 to 60 days. C. 90 to 180 days. D. 6 months to 1 year. Answer: B. 30 to 60 days. Explanation: for long-term disability insurance in Wisconsin, the typical waiting period is 30 to 60 days. This is the period the insured must wait before receiving benefits after becoming disabled. Option A refers to short-term disability waiting periods. Option C and D are too long and generally apply to other forms of coverage. Question 28. Role of the insurance agent in Wisconsin. Which of the following is a key responsibility of a disability insurance agent in Wisconsin? A. Determining the benefit amount based on the insured's financial needs. B. Deciding if a claim should be approved or denied. C. Ensuring the insured fully understands policy terms, exclusions, and conditions. D. Setting the premium rates based on the insured's risk factors. Answer: C. Ensuring the insured fully understands policy terms, exclusions, and conditions. Explanation: a disability insurance agent's primary responsibility is to educate the insured about the policy, including its terms, exclusions, and conditions. This ensures that the insured makes an informed decision. Option A is typically the insurer's responsibility. Option B is handled by the insurer's claims department. Option D is determined by the insurer's underwriting process. Question 29. Disability insurance for seasonal workers. How does disability insurance typically apply to seasonal workers in Wisconsin? A. Seasonal workers are not eligible for disability insurance coverage. B. Seasonal workers may receive disability benefits, but only for the duration of their employment period. C. Seasonal workers are eligible for full-year disability insurance benefits even if not employed year-round. D. Seasonal workers are eligible for disability insurance if they work at least 12 months per year. Answer B. Seasonal workers may receive disability benefits, but only for the duration of their employment period. Explanation: seasonal workers in Wisconsin are generally only eligible for disability insurance benefits during the time they are employed. This means that the benefits may not extend beyond their work period, unlike full-time employees. Option is incorrect because seasonal workers can be eligible for coverage. Option C and D are not typical eligibility rules for seasonal workers. Question 30. Disability insurance for high-risk occupations. In Wisconsin, which of the following occupations is most likely to face higher disability insurance premiums? A. Office clerks. B. Teachers. C. Construction workers. D. Accountants. Answer C. Construction workers. Explanation: construction workers face higher risks of physical injury, which leads to higher premiums for disability insurance in Wisconsin. These jobs are physically demanding and often come with a higher risk of accidents, making them more expensive to insure. Option A, B, and D are generally considered low-risk occupations and thus have lower premiums.